the smart way to garden in spring, Succession Planting 101. Hey there, fellow gardening enthusiasts. I'm Pete, and welcome to Eco Alchemy. Are you ready to transform your garden into a non-stop harvest machine? Today, we're diving into succession planting, the secret weapon for maximizing your garden's output without expanding its size. Get ready to harvest more, waste less, and enjoy a continuous supply of fresh produce. Succession planting is a smart gardening technique where you strategically time your plantings to ensure a continuous harvest throughout the growing season. Think of it as a relay race for your crops. As one crop finishes its run, another steps in to take its place. This method keeps your garden productive, minimizes wasted space, and guarantees a steady stream of fresh, homegrown goodness. Imagine never having to buy lettuce again because you're constantly harvesting fresh leaves from your own backyard. That's the power of succession planting. And the best part? Early to mid-spring is the perfect time to start planning your succession strategy. For beginner gardeners, succession planting offers a multitude of benefits. It allows you to maximize your space, get more food from the same amount of space, extend your growing season, enjoy fresh produce for a longer period, reduce waste, avoid having an overwhelming surplus of one crop at a time, improve soil health, rotate crops to prevent nutrient depletion, manage pests and diseases, disrupt pest cycles and reduce disease outbreaks. Succession planting is not just for experienced gardeners. It's a simple and effective technique that anyone can master. The key to successful spring succession planting is knowing which crops are quick to mature. These fast growers are your early spring superstars. Radishes, ready in as little as 25 days. Lettuce, harvest baby greens in about 30 days. Arugula, spicy leaves ready in 3 to 4 weeks. Spinach, another quick leafy green, ready in around 30 days. Baby bok choy, a mild and tender Asian green, ready in about 40 days. Green onions, harvestable in about 30 to 45 days. These crops are perfect for planting in early spring. By the time your tomatoes, peppers, or squash are ready to be transplanted, these early crops will have finished their cycle, freeing up space for your summer vegetables. One of the simplest succession planting techniques is staggered planting. Instead of planting an entire bed of lettuce all at once, divide the bed into sections and sow a portion every 10 to 14 days. This ensures that your harvests come in waves, preventing a glut of produce and extending your harvest window. Think of it like this: you're creating a conveyor belt of lettuce, with new plants constantly maturing as others are harvested. This method works well for a variety of crops, including lettuce, spinach, arugula, and radishes. Even crops that take a bit longer to mature, like carrots and beets, can benefit from staggered planting. Start one section now, then another in 2 weeks, and another after that. This will keep your harvest window open longer and prevent a sudden surplus that can lead to food waste or bolting, premature flowering. Remember to label your rows with the planting date so you can easily track the progress of each section. This will help you fine-tune your timing for future plantings. Interplanting is another clever succession planting technique that involves planting quick-growing crops between rows of slower-growing crops. For example, you can plant radishes between rows of cabbage or kale. The radishes will be harvested before the larger plants need the space, effectively doubling your planting density. This method is particularly useful in small gardens where space is limited. It allows you to make the most of every square inch of soil. Succession planting also involves thinking about crop families and rotation. When you pull out spent spinach in May, consider replacing it with a warm season crop like bush beans or basil. When your peas are done, that trellis can be repurposed for cucumbers or pole beans. Planning ahead like this ensures smooth transitions and prevents soil depletion. Rotating crops from different families also helps to disrupt pest and disease cycles. Timing is crucial for successful succession planting. A planting calendar or garden journal is an invaluable tool for tracking your sowing dates, expected harvest windows, and actual harvest dates. This allows you to identify patterns, understand how long crops take to mature in your specific climate, and plan more accurately in the future. There are many free printable planting calendars available online, or you can create your own using a notebook or spreadsheet. The key is to be consistent and keep detailed records. Succession planting isn't just for spring. It can be extended into fall and even winter in warmer climates or with the use of greenhouses. By pairing the right crops with your local climate, you can enjoy a year-round harvest of fresh produce. In the fall, consider planting crops like kale, spinach, lettuce, and radishes for a late-season harvest. With a little planning, you can keep your garden productive even during the colder months. Succession planting can also help you manage pests and diseases in your garden. By staggering your crops, you reduce the risk of a single infestation wiping out your entire harvest. Rotating in different crop families also means that pests that target one crop don't get a continuous food source. For example, cabbage moths and flea beetles are common pests of brassica crops like cabbage and kale. By rotating these crops with other families, you can disrupt the pest cycle and reduce the severity of infestations. If you're gardening in containers or small raised beds, succession planting is your best friend. When you harvest a small patch of lettuce or carrots, don't let the space sit idle. Get something else in right away. You can start a second round of seedlings indoors or direct sow depending on what's next. The goal is to keep the soil always growing something, always producing. This is especially important in small spaces where every square inch counts. Don't forget about soil health between successions. After pulling one crop, add a handful of compost or worm castings to recharge the bed before replanting. Even better, alternate between heavy feeders and light feeders. For example, follow leafy greens with bush beans, which fix nitrogen and give the soil a break. Maintaining healthy soil is essential for successful succession planting. It ensures that your crops have the nutrients they need to thrive and produce a bountiful harvest. Let's recap the key steps to successful succession planting. Choose fast-growing crops. Radishes, lettuce, spinach, arugula, baby bok choy, and green onions are excellent choices for spring succession planting. Stagger your sowings. Plant a portion of your crop every 10 to 14 days to ensure a continuous harvest. Interplant. Plant quick-growing crops between rows of slower-growing crops to maximize space. Rotate crop families. Avoid planting the same crop family in the same location year after year to prevent soil depletion and pest problems. Keep a planting calendar. Track your sowing dates, expected harvest windows, and actual harvest dates to fine-tune your timing. Maintain soil health. Add compost or worm castings between successions to replenish nutrients. By following these simple steps, you can transform your garden into a productive and bountiful oasis. Now it's your turn to put these tips into action. Start planning your spring succession planting strategy today. Grab a planting calendar, choose your favorite fast-growing crops, and get ready to enjoy a continuous harvest of fresh, homegrown produce. Don't forget to share your experiences and questions in the comments below. Have you tried succession planting before? What are your favorite crop combinations or timing tricks? And if this guide gave you some new ideas, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to Eco Alchemy for more gardening tips and tricks. We've got more garden planning guides, warm weather crop deep dives, and soil health secrets coming soon. Happy gardening, and I'll see you next time.